This is Andi Purewal for Boxing News. I'm joined by Richard Riakporhe here in London. Richard, how are you? How are you feeling?
Yeah, feeling good, feeling good. It's finally happening, and I can't wait, man. I think the whole build-up is pretty great. You know, the turnout has been amazing. Loads of people here.
You might disagree, but it felt a little tense on the stage there. Did it feel tense to you?
What do you mean tense? As in me being tense, or?
No, both of you felt intense, like both of you kind of with the way that you was answering, Chris kind of firing back at whatever you had to say, maybe cutting you short with some of your answers.
Yeah, he was cutting me short a lot without listening to what I had to say. You know, I feel like that's a bit of nerves kicking in.
Richard, how much more does this fight mean to you compared to when you two first met those years back?
This fight is very important to me because there's legacy on the line. You know, there's a chance for me to cement my name in history in a box with the other great fighters of my division. And I want to do that. You know what I mean? Chris has already done it. So now I feel like it's my time. Every dog has its day.
People talk about the development of both of you since your first fight, and they somewhat kind of suggest that maybe Chris has developed more because of the fights he's had since. Obviously, you had a period of inactivity as well. But do you think people are overlooking how much you've come on since that first fight because of Chris's accomplishments?
Yeah, I think it's just a tactic they're just trying to deploy to make me doubt myself and my progression. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. You know, the reality is I'm going to come and clean this guy when it comes to fight night.
You've mentioned the word deteriorate. As you mentioned, that clip's been going around. What is it about Chris that you feel has been deteriorating?
The thing about Chris is a great fighter and he's tough. But if I want to be known for any attribute, I don't want to be known as just being a tough guy. Tough guys, they suffer. They suffer in the sport of boxing because they take damage upon damage that they have to live with for the rest of their lives. And CBS has taken a lot of damage. He takes shots upon shots upon shots. He doesn't know how to move his head, slow footwork. I've seen so many gaps in his armory. And we're going to see on a night how many shots he can take from me before the fight is over.
When does that fight end, in your opinion, man?
Whenever I throw my hands. When I throw my hands, the fight is done.
Is it a fight that you've envisioned in your own mind as to how you anticipate it playing out?
Not really. I think it's a simple fight. I don't like to complicate things and envision so many things or so many possible outcomes. I just keep it nice and simple. I do what I'm told. Use my own brain in there, and that's it. Get the job done. It's just a fight, you know. Look for the opportunities from my hands.
Your first crack at World Honours as well, Richard. The chance to lift that WBO title that he had wrapped around his shoulder. What would that mean to you to finally live a lifelong dream?
I mean everything to me, and to have the support or the Palace fans behind me in the stadium. The higher ups, you know, man, what more can I ask for? You know, I'm just a normal guy from South London that had a dream and is just living his dream. You know, I'm a normal person.
I have to ask you, Richard, I just did an interview with Shane McGuigan and we spoke about the fight taking place at Selhurst Park, and he said up until 2 days ago the plan was that there were still talks to try and do it in Bournemouth because Boxer and Ben Shalom know that it's kind of set. They'll get a lot of fans turning in because they've had success there previously with Chris. What can you tell me about that? Was that the case? Do you disagree with that?
I never heard. This is the first time of me hearing about it. I don't know, man. I just stay in the gym and focus on what I need to do, you know, to win the fight. Obviously, I wanted it to be at Palace, and it's happening at Palace, and that's all I knew, and that's all I've known. We spoke about the fight being at Palace a year ago. It was in talks. I put everybody in contact, and for me, that was priority.
Richard, it's a Premier League football club. It holds well over, imagine, 30,000 fans at least. How do you expect to see it do? How many fans do you expect to see turn out for yourself?
I think around 16 plus. 16 plus is done really well with the tickets so far. I think that was probably one of the things that people were thinking about. But it's been doing well already. You know, the fight is selling itself.
Richard, I want one final thing from you. Imagine this is the last time you guys are going to talk to each other until fight week. Have you got a message for CBS?
My message is get ready. The midnight train is coming.